some business here first off, and some very serious business as the Wander Franco story continues to unravel. Really, the next step here is that he's placed on administrative leave until further notice. MLB and you have the authorities in the Dominican Republic that are both separately investigating the alleged relationships with underage girls. And the statement here says, per an agreement between MLB and the MLBPA, Wander Franco has been placed on administrative leave until further notice as MLB continues its ongoing investigation. The administrative leave, effective immediately, is not disciplinary under the Joint Domestic Violence, Sexual Assault, and Child Abuse Policy. We will comment further at the appropriate time. So for now, I mean, the news as far as him being on the field is the same. He's not going to be on the field. I'm going to speculate a little bit that it could be surprising to see him on the field at some point this season. I think we'd be surprised, many of us at this point, just looking at the past history of how these investigations have gone, and the report last week from Hector Gomez, who we're trying to get on the show pretty soon as well to give us more context. But Wander, for now, he'll be getting big league service time, and he'll get paid his $2 million salary this year while they continue the investigation to see what was going on there. So again, just shitty news at the moment for Rays fans, who obviously aren't involved here and don't get to see some of their best players on the field, as what Mark Topkins said. This is one of the worst weeks ever in franchise history, if not the worst week in terms of what's going on and off the field here.
Yeah, it's just not only is it bad for Rays fans, it's bad for baseball because this kid is ultra talented. And we don't know all the details. We don't know all the stuff. It leaks out, and it's just when you see this, you feel horrible for everyone involved, like the girls, the Wander Franco. I mean, everything. And we don't know. We can't speculate on what happened because nobody's really saying what exactly happened other than some Instagram photos kind of leaked out. And so it's just a horrible situation for the game and for Major League Baseball and the fans. And I mean, I hope it comes to the right solution, which is, hopefully, whatever that right solution is. And it's just a sad situation. And gosh, man, I mean, you guys, Jonesy and Kratzy, you guys have been through this. I don't know if we've ever been through it like to this extent where teammates get in trouble and, you try to find forgiveness and you try to move on from it. But man, this situation is just so tough because of everything that you're reading.
Yeah. I mean, it's multi-level. Obviously, it's a stain on baseball for sure because, Wander Franco's an all-star. He is one of the game's top players. But like you said, we don't know everything. We feel sorry definitely for the young ladies involved in this. It just sucks on so many different levels. Just hopefully we can get to a solution sooner than later, so people can resume their lives. I know the Rays, especially fighting for a pennant race, they don't want this hanging over their heads and have to be asked about it. I'm sure they've had their own internal conversations, but it's just an unfortunate situation and something you don't wish on your worst enemies.
Yeah, this is no matter what, we want the truth to come out. On both ends of this is bad. If this is true, this is bad. If somebody's making something up, this is bad. Like, we want the truth to come out. So however long this takes, I think this is something that MLB does a really good job of. Not like, well, let's let him play and we'll keep investigating. They're doing their due diligence so that nobody is assumed guilty. He's not, both sides seem like they're very amicable in this, in the sense that, yes, we need to have administrative leave and it all gets sorted out. It is not something that you sign up for as an organization when you have your face of your franchise going through something like this.
This Wander signed for a really long time with the ball club.
Yeah,
it's like
they were putting
borderline lifetime contract for your career.
They were putting him as the face of the Rays for the next 10 plus years, and now this, and there's nothing we can say really other than reporting what is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that MLB suspended him or put him on leave last week. Sorry, suspended is the wrong word, but put him on leave last week. For a week, and the week expired, so they had to make another decision, and then they did this. again, we don't want to speculate, but it sure seems like, yes, they're doing their due diligence. But, I mean, they don't just do this normally without having something, right?
No, there's an investigation. We don't have much yet, but there's an investigation in the Dominican Republic, and now MLB does their own to see, right? Because and we've seen this in the past, even regardless of what happens in potential court cases, MLB can still do its own investigation. We saw all of that unfold with the Trevor Bauer situation, right? Trevor Bauer's playing, but MLB suspended him separately for a long time. And the one other thing we do know is there are two girls that have raised concerns. One was that public Instagram situation. It was taken down, and we don't know a ton there. And the other is with law enforcement. That part we know too. So that was brought up before that. And that's all we know at the moment. But that's enough, and MLB probably knows more behind the scenes for them to say, okay, this is super serious. This could have legs to it. We need to take time to keep him off the field so we can see what's going on right now behind the scenes. And I agree with Kratzy. That is the right thing to do.
100%.
Even if the player is saying, hey, I did nothing wrong, whatever, like the situation has to play itself out. You can't be at the ballpark on the field. Like it would be a circus right now to have him with the ball club. No, I mean, you guys played. Like, imagine if a player in a situation like this, and we have had many, admin leaves or situations where players have been under investigation. Like, if they were with the team during a moment like this, it would probably be a disaster
for the team and for the player. Just everything involved. And it might even inhibit the investigation, which to me is the most important part of it. Ultimately, this is like a small time span in his career, but I think the investigation is the most important part, so they get it right. And if you're still on the field and like other stories are being concocted, like when you saw Wander on his Instagram live feed and Jose Siri walked behind him and said something, like, you're with your teammates all the time and they're not investigating anything. They just know you as a person. And, the longer you're at the field, the longer you're around other people, maybe it slowly drags them into it. Like, oh, look what this person said during this time, if the investigation brings something negative out of this.